Hare today, gone tomorrow.
And I get the Tinder rabbit.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Andrew here, and to celebrate Easter, we are going to do the top 5 rabbits in movie history. I was going to call it the top 5 rabbits in cinematic history, but I thought that sounded too precocious, and thank you, Mary Poppins, for teaching me the meaning of that word. And if you're wondering to yourself, how did I come up with the top 5 list? It's pretty simple. I basically thought of all the movies that I've seen. I asked some of my friends and coworkers, and that got me a top 10 list, and I realized I didn't want to do that much work, and 5 is my lucky number, so I decided to do half the work and come up with a top 5 instead. Aren't you glad you asked? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and celebrate Easter with our favorite bunnies. Number 5, Thumper from the movie Bambi. Now, Thumper is the best friend of Bambi, and he's known for being the rabbit with the habit of thumping his left hind leg, and basically he's known for quoting as a kid his father all these different moral sayings, and you never see the father in the movie, and that always ticked me off. Side note, Thumper, whose name in the first draft was Bobo, was not in the original novel and was created by Mark Davis, no relation to me, at the request of Walt Disney to make a little bit of comic relief inside the script. And Thumper is so popular all around the world that women have a special affinity to that name for some reason. Number 4 goes to Frank the Rabbit from the movie Donnie Darko. Now, Donnie Darko is written and directed by Richard Kelly, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal with a whole bunch of other people, actually. The story basically revolves around a teenager who has a mission to save the world / universe from ceasing to be, basically. And the main driving force of this movie comes from none other than Frank the Rabbit. And even though Frank is one demonic-looking dude, and he has the ability to travel through space and time, he just wants to save the universe from certain destruction. What a nice guy. Number 3, the Rabbit of Catabanog from the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Now, this rabbit is the first and only antagonist on this list, but it is just a rabbit, and this is a top 5 list of rabbits to celebrate Easter. What else would we be celebrating on Easter?
Jesus Christ!
Well, yeah. Honestly, when I first saw this scene as a kid, it kind of terrified me, but now looking at it, it is one of the most ridiculous scenes I have ever seen on film. Side note, Catabanog is actually translated into turreted castle in Welsh, meaning that this is a Welsh rabbit, which is an excellent pun created by the Monty Python team, because Welsh rabbit is an English dish, oddly enough, with no rabbit in it. Number 2, Roger Rabbit from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, Roger is an anthropomorphic toon rabbit. That is a hard word to say, by the way. Rabbit. No. Before the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there was actually a book that was written, created by Gary K. Wolfe called Who Censored Roger Rabbit. And if you can take a wild guess from that title, the outcome from Roger is a little bit different than the movie. Roger Rabbit in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a stuttering, frantic 1940s style cartoon, and he's kind of a scatterbrain, but he loves to make people laugh, and he also has 2 popular relatives, one of them being a human toon, Jessica Rabbit, and the other one is his uncle, who was number 5 on our list, Thumper. Side note, not much actually changed of Roger Rabbit from the animation tests that were originally done, except for the fact that he originally had a purple nose and that moved into a pinkish red nose, but he was originally voiced in the animation tests by Paul Rubens. And of course, that role was eventually given to Charles Fleischer, who made the famous Please line. And the number 1 rabbit in movie history is Harvey from the movie Harvey. Harvey the movie is a 1950s Universal picture directed by Henry Koster, starring James Stewart as Elwood. Harvey is much like the Easter Bunny in the fact that he is able to stand up on his hind legs, and when he does that, he is 6 foot 3.5 inches tall, which is pretty cool because that's how tall I am. And also, Harvey is hardly ever seen. To be honest, in the movie, the audience never sees Harvey because Harvey is considered a puka, which actually is fighting words in South Miami. Or am I thinking of a different word? A puka is a Celtic mythology where a half-human, half-animal hybrid spirit is merged together to either be a malicious entity or a benevolent entity, and Harvey is a mild-mannered rabbit who basically likes to spend some time with his friend Elwood at the local bar having a martini. And he's actually so popular that he makes a cameo in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Sort of. So what do you think of the list, and who do you think should have made the cut that didn't get on there? If you liked the video and you want to see some more top 5 videos, go ahead and click the like button so I know this is a topic that you want to see. Make sure you share with all your friends in all forms of social media, and don't forget to subscribe so you get notified the moment I upload. And I will see you in the next video.